Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of TV Talk. I'm Sarah, and today we will be covering everything fall TV, from what's going on with your favorite returning shows to previewing some new shows that we think are worth watching. The first show we will be discussing is probably one of the most talked about shows every season, and that is American Horror Story. And the big deal with this season is we don't know what the theme is. Ryan Murphy and the executives at FX have been releasing little 20-second teaser trailers since probably mid-July, and we now have about 20, and all that they've told us is that one of those trailers reveals the real theme of American Horror Story. So everybody's been coming up with speculations and rumors about, these trailers are connected. Some people are saying that maybe it's going to be a throwback to the first season, pick up where we left off with Constance and the Demon Baby. Well, not so fast, because it leaked online and in TV guides, because apparently people still buy print TV guides, that this season of American Horror Story is going to be titled The Mist, which is a little open-ended. In past years, Ryan Murphy has teased that one of the seasons might focus on a cult of some sort, or generically children. I don't know what that means. So some are saying, maybe The Mist is like a catch-all for those terms. But then some set photos leaked, and those set photos were of people in like colonial era costumes in the woods next to a tree that said Croatoan. So now some people are saying, is it the Roanoke Lost Colony? Or is it just all of these things? We don't know. Hopefully we won't have to do this ever again, although Ryan Murphy did say that he has potentially 3 more seasons of American Horror Story, and he can tease us about those too. I don't know what's going on. One thing we do know is that Lady Gaga will be back for this season, as well as your favorites like Kathy Bates, Sarah Paulson, Cuba Gooding Jr., who had a phenomenal performance on the first season of American Crime Story as O.J. Simpson, will be joining the American Horror Story train this season. But tune in September 14th, 10 p.m. on FX, and maybe we will finally know what is going on with American Horror Story. Speaking of Ryan Murphy, our next show that we're going to discuss is his other one that he has on right now called Scream Queens. Last season ended with a lot of people dying, but the Chanels, played by Emma Roberts, Billy Lord, and Abigail Breslin, were all in a hospital, and Hester, played by Leah Michele, was out on the run somewhere. Well, this season we're picking up in a hospital, and we have 2 new characters played by John Stamos and Taylor Lautner. They're going to be doctors, but of course you have the Chanels coming back, Zayday, played by Keke Palmer, as well as everyone's favorite character, Dean Munch, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, and they're all going to be in the hospital this season. Not a lot of plot details have been revealed, but some online sources have said that the Chanels have been convinced by Dean Munch to become medical students. Okay, we'll see where that goes. But other online sources have said that they're kind of worried about the continuity between seasons 1 and 2, because Dean Munch was a dean in the first season, but now she's working at a medical school. So some people are wondering how these continuity errors are going to be addressed. So we'll have to tune in for that. People are also speculating about some connections to American Horror Story. In some of the Scream Queens trailers, a lot of the imagery looks the same as some of the imagery used on past seasons of American Horror Story, or even in some of the trailers that were released to promote this season of American Horror Story. Also, the fact that Scream Queens Season 2 is taking place in a hospital. Some people are saying that this relates back to American Horror Story Season 2 that took place in an asylum. Of course, Ryan Murphy is the showrunner for both of these shows, so maybe there would be some kind of crossover. I personally don't think that's going to happen, but it might be cool if it did. Scream Queens Season 2 will premiere on September 20th. Another highly buzzed about show is, of course, How to Get Away with Murder, our personal favorite of all of the Shonda Rhimes television shows. And Season 3 is going to be kind of heading into a new direction. Of course, Season 2 saw all of that drama where the Keating Five was dealing with the case of the Hapstall family, which dominated all of Season 2. And of course, they also revealed the connection between Wes and Annalise, and we learned who Wes's father potentially is. And of course, spoiler alert if you're not caught up yet, Wallace Mahoney, who was proposed to be Wes's father, was shot and killed at the end of Season 2, right before Wes was about to go speak with him. We will get some answers to those questions in the first episode. The How to Get Away with Murder showrunners have said that they will try to address almost everything involving Wallace Mahoney in the first episode, so we will get our answers that we didn't really get in season 2. He also said that the formula is going to change. Finally, we're going to see these law students actually in the classroom. Like, they never went to class last season, so like they were still law students, apparently. So they're going to be back in the classroom working with Annalise. Also, someone around campus is trying to start rumors about Annalise and ruin her reputation. So she and the Keating Five are going to be dealing with that throughout the season as well. One of the main questions for this season is also, where's Frank? He just kind of up and left at the end of season 2. So hopefully we'll find out where he is and what he's been up to. Another change coming this season is that there will be no overarching mystery. So we won't have something like that Hapstall case plaguing the season again and kind of dragging it down. There will be a smaller mystery that, connects each episode together, but they're getting away from that, whole big whodunit format. They still will be making use of flash forwards and flashbacks, and from what I read today, it looks like those are going to be shocking, so we'll have to stay tuned for that. Of course, How to Get Away with Murder is a part of the very popular TGIT, so on Thursday, September 22nd at 10 p.m., make sure to check it out right after Grey's Anatomy and Notorious, which we will be talking about later. All right, this next show was one of our picks for Best New Show last year, and this show is Quantico. If you remember, at the end of season 1, they really wrapped everything up. You found out that Liam was behind all of the drama of season 1, and Alex was asked not to come back to the FBI. It looked like everything was going fine, and you were kind of sitting there like, oh, I wonder what season 2 is gonna be. Well, then this van just pulled up out of nowhere, grabs Alex, and apparently she's working with the CIA now. So season 2 will take place at the CIA's training facility known as The Farm. And showrunners have said that it'll basically be like season 1, except now instead of just dealing with threats in the United States, we're going international. There will be a lot of international intrigue and mystery and drama. This season will also focus more on deception. Of course, being in the FBI, even though people had their secrets, there was a lot of talk of integrity and being honest and truthful. But of course, the CIA, you're working with spies. How do you really know how honest everyone is being? So we'll have to see how Alex and the rest of the team deals with that. Season 2 will follow the same story structure as season 1, so we'll be getting a lot of those like flashbacks, flash forwards, but also the story being told in present day. Quantico season 2 starts airing September 25th on ABC. Now on to our recap of the superhero shows. The CW has become the network to watch if you want a good superhero TV show. I mean, they had Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and now they have added Supergirl to the mix. Supergirl is now on the CW and will begin airing Mondays starting on October 10th. One of the main changes for season 2, other than moving networks, is that they've cast Superman. Tyler Hoechlin from Teen Wolf will be playing the Man of Steel this season, and he's going to bring a ton of fans over from MTV, so I'm sure Supergirl's ratings will still be fantastic. Tuesday nights, of course, is still Flash Tuesdays. The Flash will start airing new episodes on October 4th. Season 3 is going to focus on what is known in the comic books as the Flashpoint storyline. If you remember, at the end of season 2, Barry kind of messed with the timeline because he went back and he saved his mother. So now Nora Allen is still alive and Barry's dad never went to prison. So we're going to look at the repercussions from Barry's decisions in this season. Fun fact, Tom Felton, who everyone knows as Draco Malfoy from the Harry Potter films, will be joining the cast of The Flash as a series regular. I believe he'll be playing some CSI technician, which will be really cool. I'm super excited about that. Wednesday night is reserved for Arrow, which will begin airing new episodes on October 5th. Oliver Queen has become the mayor of Star City and must deal with an enemy who was formed because of all of the actions he's taken in the past seasons. Arrow has always been one of the more dark superhero shows, so we'll see if these new threats make the show even darker and see how Oliver deals with them. And finally, Legends of Tomorrow rounds out the superhero lineup. It airs Thursday nights, starting on October 13th. The team has now been scattered throughout time. This show is pretty cool. It did a really good job of blending together superheroes and characters from the CW's other shows, and hopefully their second season will be even stronger than their first. If 4 nights of superhero programming is not enough for you, Well, then just hold on until December when there will be a crossover between all 4 superhero shows. There's not a lot of details yet about whether it'll be like a 4-part episode across all 4 nights of programming, but that'll be pretty cool. Also, it's been rumored, I think maybe even confirmed, that The Flash and Supergirl are going to be doing a musical crossover episode, which of course Grant Gustin and Melissa Benoist were both on Glee, so they've got the musical chops. It should be really good. Basically, if you want anything superheroes, just watch the CW any night of the week. Now on to some new shows. The first new show we'll be discussing airs on NBC, and this one is called Timeless. This show follows a scientist, a soldier, and a history professor as they go back in time to try to save history from a criminal. And this one looks like it's going to cover all sorts of historical events, from Lincoln's assassination to the Hindenburg to the French and Indian War. These are things that, you usually don't see when you watch these historical dramas. So the events that they picked are pretty interesting. It's being developed by people who used to work for Supernatural and The Shield, which are also kind of different, which are also programs that are very different from one another. So I think this show will have a large draw for all sorts of audiences. This show is going to premiere on October 3rd, but its regular time slot will be Monday nights at 10 o'clock on NBC, so make sure to check that out. Our next show also airs on NBC starting on September 20th, and this show is This Is Us. It looks like it's going to be the new Parenthood. This show follows the lives of 4 people who all share the same birthday, and they have a lot in common, more than you would expect, especially given their diverse backgrounds. It looks like a tearjerker, so make sure you have the tissues ready. It was written and developed by the people who did the movie Crazy Stupid Love with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, so it looks like it'll be pretty good. Maybe it'll make you laugh a little bit while you're crying. I mean, that's the least we can hope for, so make sure to check this one out on NBC. Moving to ABC, the first show we're going to talk about is Conviction. This show stars Haley Atwell, who you best know as Agent Carter from the Marvel film series, as well as the ABC TV show Agent Carter, which was sadly canceled after 2 seasons. But if you need an Agent Carter fix, make sure to check this one out. It basically follows around a former first daughter who is kind of blackmailed into heading up the wrongful conviction unit of the New York City Police. So she goes around and she reviews cases of people who are wrongfully convicted of crimes and tries to get them free. It looks like it'll be, your typical crime drama, but also kind of inspiring. She's doing good work getting innocent people out of prison. Reviews have been mixed so far, but I'm probably going to check this one out just because I'm a big Haley Atwell fan, and you all should too. It premieres on October 3rd at 10 p.m. on ABC. Our last show that we're going to talk about is also on ABC, and this show is Notorious. This show is based on the lives of a criminal defense attorney and a TV news producer who work together to produce a cable news show and kind of manipulate the news. Not a lot of plot details have been released. It looks kind of scandalous, like lots of secrets, lots of shady stuff going on. Maybe they're going to try to frame some people. I don't know. It looks a lot like a Shonda Rhimes television show, which is good because it will be premiering during TGIT. Of course, Scandal will not be airing any new episodes until mid-season due to Kerry Washington's maternity leave, so they needed something to fill the space, and this show got the call. It looks really good, so check it out in between Grey's Anatomy and How to Get Away with Murder, starting September 22nd at 9 p.m. That's it for our preview of the fall television season. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, WMTV 1693, and check out our website and all of our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you know the drill. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.